Assalamu alaikum, this is Maheen Siddiqui and you're watching Something Hot. You're currently watching me in the drama serial Dobara and I hope you get to know me a little more today.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Amna, you're watching Something Hot and this is Hot Talk. मेरे साथ हैं आज Maheen Siddiqui. We're in conversation with her. This is not an interview. And I keep saying this so that Maheen can just ease into the conversation we're about to have. We're watching her in drama serial Dobara these days and बड़ा कम ऐसा होता है Maheen that you see a new face on television and you immediately start getting queries के इनको मिलें, इनसे मिलवाएं, we want to know more about this character, we want to know more about this actor. And you're one of those people. And it was an immediate impact that you made in drama serial Dobara. This, of course, is your debut play. It is your debut drama. And we saw you in Azaan Sami Khan's video before this, Tera. And of course, it was like something that nobody really noticed. She kaun hai, some pretty girl on screen.
It's meant to be that.
It was meant to be that way, right? And
not like the not like the pretty girl part, like just the random person basically on screen.
Right.
Yeah.
बड़ा कम ऐसा होता है कि सामने कोई बैठ के blush करना शुरू कर दे. But mine.
Yeah, by the way, all my secrets are on my face. You will see me when I'm uncomfortable or when I'm like feeling nervous. You will see it on.
No, but I don't want you to be uncomfortable or nervous. I want you to completely be comfortable. Mine, this is your first drama serial. एंड इससे पहले आप पाकिस्तान में भी नहीं रहती थी और आपने ड्रामे इंडस्ट्री के साथ भी कोई ऐसा ताल्लुक नहीं जो आप जानती हो कि मैंने ये करना है या ये करना है. सो लेट्स बिगिन लाइक फ्रॉम द स्टार्ट अ लिटिल बिट, नॉट राइट फ्रॉम द स्टार्ट, बट सो यू वर नॉट रेज्ड हियर, यू वर नॉट बोर्न इन पाकिस्तान.
No, I was born in Ireland.
Right.
And I lived there for 10 years and I then moved to the Middle East. I moved to Saudi before moving to Bahrain, and then I finished my high school in Bahrain. And then uske baad I moved to Toronto for university.
Right.
And then I was working there. Obviously, after university, I was working there, and I was like, I want to come back to Pakistan because I'd only come, like when you come for cousins' weddings,
family,
or like December break, and it was always 2 weeks. So I was like, I feel like there's something to be said about like living in the country you're from and like getting in touch with your roots.
Right.
So I came here and then it was meant to be 2 months.
Meant to be 2 months.
Yeah. It was meant to be 2 months.
You're by training and profession a graphic artist. So उसमें कोई interest नहीं.
I mean, I mean, I still do it.
You still do that, right?
I was actually on set like when we were still shooting and I was with my laptop and I was like, एक चीज़ मुझे कुछ submit करना है. लेकिन I'm still a graphic designer. That's how it all started. I was doing design for Azaan's album.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going to explore Pakistan and I'll do this simultaneously. It's technically work, like, and then I'll like go. And then while I was doing his design, I met at the Shamsar. And
who was directing his video?
Who was directing the video.
Of course, Tera.
Yeah. And then he was like, we want a new face, so would you like to do it? Then he kind of auditioned me, briefed me. And then I was like, okay, fine. It's like an experience.
And you became the little French cafe
girl. Yeah, that look is like, oh, I love it.
Love it, yeah. You look so good.
Yeah.
You look so good. So, आप 2 महीने के लिए you came to Pakistan.
Yeah.
And then and you just never went back?
No. And then my parents would be like, अच्छा अब आ रही हैं आप वापस, अब आ रही हैं. Actually, my mom like literally 2 days ago moved to Lahore.
अच्छा.
So she was also like, अब मैं भी आ रही हूँ. हाँ. अब मुझे भी.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So how many brothers and sisters are you?
We're 4.
You're 4.
Yeah. So 2 older sisters, it's me, my sister, and then 2 younger brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were all comfortable with this transition? Are they?
They didn't know. So,
they didn't know.
So for the longest time, they were like, oh, she's doing design. Acha, ab usne video kar liye. And then every time I explained to my brothers, I was like, oh, I'm coming in a drama. Because they don't watch Pakistani dramas.
Right.
So he's like, okay, yeah, I'll watch yours. Dekhte. And then when I was even doing, my brother was like, how are you going to do a drama? Like, my Urdu, like
Urdu bhi nahi sekhna bolte.
My Urdu और पूरी like पता है scripts Urdu में आती हैं. And like this is obviously like a lot of I give a lot of credit to my dad and my dadi dada because when we were in Ireland they taught us Urdu. They'd be like घर पर उर्दू ही बात करेंगे.
बोले आप उर्दू में हम.
घर पर हम उर्दू में बात करेंगे and my dadi actually taught us how to read and write Urdu. So that was something that really came in handy when the script came and it was all in Urdu.
It was all in Urdu.
Yeah, it was all in Urdu.
तो ये अच्छी बात है. I mean, I really appreciate जब मुल्क से बाहर जो लोग रहते हैं और वो इन्वेस्ट करते हैं उर्दू बोलने में, अपनी जुबान बोलने में. बहुत लोग नहीं करते, लेकिन जो करते हैं वो फिर फायदा हो जाता है.
I do like, yeah, I'm like, now I can do this.
Now you can do this, exactly, and that's great. So पहला project ही आपको एहतशामुद्दीन जैसा director मिला, जबरदस्त. So that must have been quite an experience.
It was, because it was like he's such a big name. And then when he asked me, I was like, oh sir, are you sure मैं कर सकती हूँ? Like मैंने कभी किया हुआ नहीं है. Like he's like, just बिल्कुल जैसे ही यहाँ पे वैसे ही होना है. You know, it's not like a big deal. So then he like kind of briefed me a little bit on the idea. And
brief क्या थी?
I mean, like a cafe hoga, or like the big like cafe owner hogi, or ये वो. And I was like, oh my god, amazing! Like this whole Parisian French,
happening,
And then they're like, you'd even wear like, I think like they decided to put the beret. Obviously,
the beret looks so good.
I was like, oh my god, yes! Like when will I get a chance to wear a beret?
Absolutely.
So then, so he's like, so do it. And then obviously when I got to set, I didn't realize like how many people were going to be there. I think that was the thing. I remember standing there and Mavi, who was there, I was like, there are a lot of people, right? She's like, there's like a lot of people. I was like, they're all going to just, and like the first shot was mine. So the first shot was the first shot that we see, which is, aapko bas chal kar aana hai, bas tape recorder ko press karna hai, right? And I was just like, how do I walk? Like who am I? Like I was having this whole crisis. And then he was just like, bas walk karke bas ye karna hai. And everyone became so quiet. And that was like what I was like, oh, like, and, you know, like you're the person who's doing it. So it's like they're looking at you and all of this. And I just like was so nervous. But I think Ehtesham sir made it such a comfortable experience where he was like, it's really, he would like do the scene over and over again and be like, bas aise hi karna hai, aise hi karna hai. And like it was like the nicest first experience ever.
And you're also very comfortable with Azaan, right?
Yeah. Because
I mean, family, it's like almost like second family, right?
Yeah. So his, my khala is actually best friends with his mom. So I always saw his mom growing up. Not so much Azaan. We would be like, because, you know, you go to school and you go to like different things. But like, I think all growing up, I've seen him on certain instances. And obviously his mother, I was like a lot closer to his mother. So when I came here and I was like, I'm going to do the design, she like took me under her wing. And she's like, yeah.
And was she like given instructions by your mother? Ke khyaal rakhna.
Oh my, yes. So basically, honestly, a lot of credit to her too, because she was kind of like, I will take care of her. Do not worry. Like whatever she does, jo bhi hoga, hum like brief honge, mujhe pata hoga kya ho raha hai, just that. So like in that sense, like she's like my go-to person when it comes to like ye script aayi hai, ya like ye project karna hai ya nahi karna, ya interview hai, aaj kya karna.
Right.
And she's like, don't, just be yourself. And I'm like, you always think like, who am I? You know, when someone asks you, when someone's like, be yourself, I'm just like, acha, theek hai, then who am I?
So who is Maheen Siddiqui?
What a
weird question. No, but I mean, if you had to sort of talk about yourself, I mean, who would you say you are? Are you somebody who's, I mean, is acting a passion, first of all?
Acting, honestly, I did not know was a passion until I did it. Okay. And now that I've done it, I'm like, up next, kya ho raha hai?
Achha, now you don't want to give it up.
Yeah, I'm like really excited. Although, like I was saying, my dad was like, beta, ab ek dafa shauk pura ho gaya hai. Ab apna behind the scenes kaam hi karo. Because he was loving, I actually AD'd for Ehtesham sir as well. Right. So he was loving when I did that. And
he wants you to stay behind the camera. Yeah.
I was like, like let's just
not
see.
Happening, Dad. Not happening.
Let's see what happens. My mom though is thrilled because it's like her in front of her friends. It's like her.
And are they watching the drama?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
Great.
They watch the drama, then I get like a 3-minute voice note on the feedback and like you should have done this and like I think you should be like this and like I love it. Like it's all the criticism.
So 101 for newcomers, it's not easy to get into the entertainment industry, the television industry especially, and we hear of a lot of favoritism, a lot of nepotism. You know, किसी को जानता है तो आ सकता है. And of course, you had your little bit.
I think there is an element of that, if I'm being honest, which is sad, but like also, I don't know how. I feel like there's always like this wall, and like you need a means to jump over that wall.
Right.
And I wish there wasn't that wall.
But is there a fair system for somebody who doesn't have any connections to get in touch with somebody, or to send a resume or a portfolio?
I feel like recently, which I was like talking to Etha Shamsar about. He had Beehive, which is his production company, and they actually held auditions, which was like a really huge thing. And I was like, this is like how you find new talent, right? Like we have such talented actors at like Napa, and I feel like that was like a really, I think that was like a step towards like not just being that person who जिसके पास connection है वही आ सकते हैं, and that was like a little bit of a step towards everyone, like inclusivity, like everyone, it's like an open call audition and like that. But I feel like, yeah, you're right.
मुश्किल है, right?
Yeah.
मुश्किल है. So, music video release hui, people saw you. Etha Sharma, of course, had experience working with you. Script आना शुरू हुए, फिर क्या हुआ?
I think Hum asked me to come in and audition for them, so I did, and then I think I auditioned for something else, and then I auditioned for Danish Nawaz, right? And he was like, he told me the script and everything, and I went and auditioned. And actually, when I went in, I was like, "Ye nahi hone wala," because he was just like, he was giving me direction, and I was just so like, I was like, "Acha, bas aise?" Like I would do everything, and I'd be like, "Bas aise," and he was like, "Ha ha, aise aise," and he's like a very funny person, so I wouldn't know if he was being serious or if he was joking with me. So when I walked out, I was like, "Wo ye to bilkul nahi."
And how many people were there at the audition?
It was him and his AD.
His AD. Yeah. No, as in other girls who were auditioning for the part.
They give you a slot now, so I don't know like how many. I know that there were other people in the talks, but like I don't know who it was.
And then you got the part?
Yeah. When they called me, I was like, are you sure? Like I remember saying to Sherab, I was like, are you sure? Like, ye ho raha hai ya ye ho nahi ho raha? He's like, हाँ हो रहा है बिल्कुल. And I was in Lahore, so he's like, आ जाएं आप.
Right. So then you went in and you got the script. And then you not knowing your Urdu properly. फिर क्या हुआ? वो script खुद पढ़ा किसी ने पढ़ के बताया?
So the script basically was sent to me when they obviously said that you have the part. So I said, please पहले 10 episode भेज दे. तो उन्होंने obviously भेजा. And then I read it, like I was reading it like, Ji, Ma, Main, Aati, you know, like this. And then my mom was like, okay, let me read it for you. And she was thankfully here. So she was like, Acha, theek hai, like, let me read it for you. But I live with my dadi here. So
Dadi's in Karachi.
Yeah. So I just, all my scenes I would do with her. So she would do all my lines with me. So she like knows the drama in and out, right? She's like, "Ab tumne ye line aayi, ye line aayi."
That's so helpful. Yeah. That's so sweet. Yeah.
And even when I'd come back from shoot, she'd be like, "Chalo karo lines, kaun si lines?" And then like so I would like do the lines first. So she was very helpful because my cousin obviously there would be two, but like they don't know how to read Urdu, and like it's just like that. She was like my saving grace. Her and like my cook, we would do the lines together.
That's nice. That's nice. Huh?
We would do the lines together too. So yeah, in that sense, I think it was difficult, but I feel like I feel like at least this year wise, I've like really, my Urdu has gotten a lot better. मैं बात नहीं कर रही उर्दू में, लेकिन
बेहतर हो गई है.
बहुत बेहतर हो गई है.
आदत भी तो नहीं रहती ना बाहर रह के उर्दू बोलने की.
ऊपर से जब कोई और बात कर रहा होता है उर्दू में, आप अपनी, एटलीस्ट फॉर मी, मैं बहुत कॉन्शियस हो जाती हूँ अपनी उर्दू के बारे में. I'm like, अच्छा ठीक है, मैं ये लफ्ज़ कह रही हूँ, is this sounding fine? Or like the dialect gets a bit wonky. Like I used to have this problem on set where they'd be like, अच्छा dialect थोड़ी सी आपकी like वो बुरा आदमी है, like बुरा. So they would say थोड़ा सा अपना dialect was check karo. But honestly, all the ADs, honestly, everyone was so helpful on set with this. They would like run lines with me, like whether it be like the ADs like Fahim Bhai and Ubaid Bhai, or whether it be like even Danish Bhai, like before a scene, he'd be like, "Acha, ye loves aise kehna hai, ye loves aise." And even Hadika ji, Sakina Appa, because like she's just incredible, like a legend. She was very, very helpful.
So good experience, huh? Good experience.
Very good experience.
And the script is so strong. I mean, we're watching it, and that's why I connected with you immediately, and I think people also connected with you because they just loved the character. Because ये तो अच्छी है, ये तो support कर रही है माँ को, you know. Although बीच में थोड़ा सा करती है stumble कि अच्छा ज़मीर की बातों में आके अभी तक, but otherwise she's pretty much okay.
I think she's like the positive character.
She's a positive character,
and she should be. I feel like why not? Like I think like if mothers don't have their own daughter support, then whose support do they have, right? Like I'm very close to my mother, and whenever she like wants to do something, I think she like we're the like me and my sister are the first people she comes and asks. So I feel like you can't even take that step अगर आपने आपका approval, not even approval, लेकिन support नहीं है बेटी का, right? And I feel like,
and vice versa.
Yeah, and I just feel like they also go through very similar stages, maybe in different stages in life, but they're all going through the same pattern in life, being like a woman in a certain society, right? Whether you're younger, whether you're older, you're going through your own version of that. So I feel, yeah, I really like that character.
Is there anything about Minal's character, your character Minal, that you would change?
No, I really liked the character. I like how they've also like written it. Like it's been written really well. I think one thing maybe I feel like, okay, I don't want to give too much away, so like no, I really like the character.
अभी तक जितना हुआ
No, I loved all of that. Like I feel like there are parts where she could be like, stop it, Afan, but like
थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा कि बस कर दो क्या बकवास है.
But I feel like she's also like, it's obviously important to understand that just like how her mother was technically raised by her father in a specific way, she is also in that same household been raised in that same way as well.
Right.
So she also has like the timidness or the little bit of like not that much exposure and like having to live by certain rules. So uska bhi hai, like as much as like माँ का थोड़ा सा caged situation है उसकी भी हाँ.
Yeah, that's a good point actually, and that really applies. That's right.
So I feel like in a lot of instances where her brother is maybe being very disrespectful, she doesn't have like the...
that's actually a great point, that he's being reflective of his father. He's taken on that role. और मिनाल जो है वो basically है suppressed, थोड़ी सी तो होगी. Hopefully not too much though. Not too much. But how would a young girl react with a mother who's been widowed and is dancing with a young boy at a wedding? कुछ लोगों ने कहा कि यार ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया है. मतलब है कि ठीक है दिखाते हैं उसको कि वो खुश है, वॉक भी कर ले, टेनिस भी खेले, लेकिन अपने बच्चे की मंगनी पे नाचना is what the people used that word. ये थोड़ा inappropriate हो गया, ये इन्होंने थोड़ा सा over कर दिया है.
I mean, it was only for like a little while. It wasn't like the whole mangni or whatever. I think I can understand because it's like father has just died, thoda sa sensitive hona chahiye and all of that. Lekin I feel like I think we forget to realize that it's been quite a bit of time. So
time गुजर चुका है, इद्दत का भी और वैसे भी उसके बाद भी.
So the time has gone by, and I think we're seeing it very as like this is how she should behave.
Yeah.
लेकिन अगर आप खुद इस सिचुएशन में हो तो शायद आपको फील हो रहा हो, oh, I can finally breathe. Like, yes, I've lost a really big part of my life.
Yeah.
लेकिन I can actually also finally breathe. So I think it's like it's like very...
It is a balance. And I met Adhika the other day, and she said कि कितनी औरतों ने आके मुझे कहा कि हमारी कहानी है. This is actually how we feel. That we're so stifled in a marriage that, you know.
It is. I mean, I feel like So I was saying this to like all my mom's friends, and they talk about it, and their biggest thing is like, it's perfectly okay, right? Like they always look at me for being like, Hana, it's perfectly fine. And I'm like, yeah, it's perfectly fine. I mean, like the only thing is that like we accept as a society so much an older man marrying a younger woman.
Yes.
That's how the drama started, obviously.
Bilkul.
And for some reason, it's interesting to also see that itna badi conversation ban gayi hai ki like, oh, this older woman or like is now with this younger guy, and it's very interesting to see how for some reason we need to make that even a conversation when the other thing is not even a conversation. It's just so accepted.
वो acceptable है कि बहुत बड़ा आदमी, and he's shown to be what 25-30 years older than her at least. वो बिल्कुल you're absolutely right. वो conversation नहीं है. बिल्कुल नहीं है. So mine as a young person, and there's so much conversation about women and relationships, and how do you think things have changed? Women's relationships with their fathers, their brothers, their partners, companions, friends, boyfriends, husbands.
I mean, I feel like I would like to believe, I mean, we don't live in a la-la land, but I like to believe that we are progressing as a society. Like, I feel like I can only speak for myself, but I have a very good relationship with my father. He's like my best friend. So everything I do, like I run by him. And I do know friends who don't have that. They'd be like, oh, how do you like just pick up the phone and talk to your dad, you know, for like an hour or whatever it is, or like mazak kaise hota hai, and they have that like barrier where they're just like, oh, this is our father, we must now be quiet, jab wo aa gaye, right? And that makes me really sad. I've had like a lot of friends growing up who've been even closer to my dad comparatively to their own, because it's just like, I feel like maybe as a society, when you become a father, you're taught to be like that strict tyrant type of figure in the family, and everyone must fear you, and in order to be in the family, mujhe aise hi behave karna hai, this and that. So I feel like, I don't know why, but it's in our society to build that narrative.
But you're now working in Pakistan. आपने बाहर भी काम किया है, बाहर पढ़ा भी है. Do you think कि यहाँ की मतलब feel क्या आती है when you go on set? Do you feel कि आपको guarded रहना पड़ता है, or can you be yourself? Can you dress the way you want to? I mean, कितनी है अभी भी restrictions?
If I'm being completely transparent, जब मैं set पर जाने वाली थी, मुझे बहुत instructions दी गई थी.
हाँ, दी गई थी.
Which I thought was a bit weird, but I guess it's something you need here. It's like, this is not like a workspace outside. You're not like in a workspace in Toronto, for instance.
Instructions
just like keep to yourself. Zyada baat. These are the things. Zyada baatcheet nahi karni. If you like joke around, or if you laugh around too much with people, they might get the wrong idea. So like these are like things that, like, I was at like the gym once, and and I like smiled at someone because they wanted to go get the weight rack, and then I just saw like them, like, you know, like him going back to his friend and like talking, and I was like, that's like common courtesy, right? You're like passing by me, so I'm like, yes, you can pass by me, right? But like, you can't even like, in Toronto, you go into an elevator and you can say hello to the person in the elevator, and you can say hello, but this is not like the culture here at all. So I think I was briefed a lot on that. Hi, how are you? But that's also like then taking like an aspect of my personality out, because I'm just like, I'm also like that, right? So it was, I think, finding like a balance of making sure you're not being too like chummy.
No, I mean, it's such a sad word to use, actually. Chummy. You're not being polite or friendly, or friendly looking. Exactly. It's unfortunate. But you're right. We're not used to gender mixing. अभी तक नहीं आदत नहीं हुई लोगों को.
I think, just
नहीं हुई.
But it was a very fun set. Like,
it was a fun set. But was there any friend you made on set के जिसको वापस जाके भी घर जाके you could pick up the phone and call? Did you make any friends on set?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously I worked a lot with Hadika ji, so I would like to say that we're gal pals. and then some.
I like that. Yeah, but she's also very easy to talk to. She's a lovely person.
But so she was so sweet to me on set. I remember she would like obviously do her take, like one take done, and then she would just be like, it's okay, you can take as many takes as you want, and she would stand there and give me my cues exactly like she had the first time, and so like patient and kind with me, and very like, you can do this. Like, I've had numerous moments where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, and she was like, you can do this, right? Like, do not even question yourself. So I think I became friends with Sabina, obviously, because she's like, we're in the same age range.
Sabina
Saeed. She plays Seher.
Oh, Seher. Right, of course. Not a very likable character, but she's doing very well.
But she's a really nice the character, and then Sakina Appa, like, I actually like adore her. When I walked in, my first day was with Hadika ji and Sakina Appa, so I was just standing there like, oh, hello, I'm very nervous. And they were like, don't be, you know. And I was like, I'm just going to be very
But I see you've taken instructions really well, because you didn't bond it all with Osama or with
No, I had a really good relationship with them too, Osama also, we speak on and off, and I think like my scenes with Nabil were really in the end. And it was really fast.
Okay, so they weren't shot initially.
Okay. So they were shot in the end, and it was really fast. So we were just like kind of like in crunch time, almost coming and just doing the scenes and leaving. But like working relationship, I really enjoyed working with Nabil. He was very, very kind. He knew I needed like the extra. Please lines kar lenge. He'd be like, "Sab nahi karenge, lekin I'll do the lines with you, right?" And he's like, "I understand. Like, it's like nerve-wracking." Everyone was very nice about the pep talks. I got a lot of pep talks from everyone, like Osama, Nabil, Sabina, Hadika ji, Sakina Appa. So it was nice.
And that's really cute, because I mean, they've done a lot of work, of course, Osama and Nabil as well. But they're also relatively new. And even with Hadika, this is her second drama. But she's so good. You can't tell. That's the amazing thing.
You can't tell. I was just like, how?
How?
Magar, no, she's done such a good job. And the character is honestly a very complex character to play. So she's really like grasped it.
She has. So, Maheen, do you think there's room to now learn as an actor? Is it something you want to do now? Because there's so much competition, and हमारी actresses जो हैं वो 10 साल से काम कर रही हैं अब, and they really know they're so good and there's so much talent and नापा से भी लोग निकल रहे हैं और experience भी है. So, do you feel that अच्छा वाकई ये बस एक project करके वापस टोरंटो चले जाओ? Yeah, do you think that नहीं मुझे अब train करना है अपने आप को and you've enjoyed it so much that you want to do more work?
I definitely like I don't know, but like I would like to do something. In terms of like competition, I just like I'm not a competitive person, and I say this a lot, and everyone's like, you should not be saying this. But I'm just
who you are.
I was like, I'm just like, if it's meant for me, it'll happen. If it's not meant for me, it doesn't. I just feel like if you chase something, it never happens. Like अगर आप बहुत उसके
पीछे भागें तो
I do think you should do the work in order to like when the moment comes कि आप कर सकें, and like you should have your homework done. लेकिन I do feel कि अगर कुछ आएगा my way, like no one can really take what's meant for you.
Right.
So if whether it be like I'm pretty like new and like I haven't done obviously the work that people maybe the actresses have like obviously given this age. So I just feel like I can't really compete with them. I'm like a newbie, and then they're like really like veteran actresses. So
because even those who are very young in their 20s, they've been still working.
They work and they're
as
really,
actors,
I just feel like it's like the more the merrier, because you can learn so much more from all these people. Like there's so many different types of actresses, and like they have their own style and stuff. So like I love like seeing like that person does this. Like when I was ADing, Maya was on that set, and like I learned so much from her.
Which drama was this? Aane wala.
Yeah, it's like oh man.
No, we've seen trailers. It's Maya and
no, not this one. It was like a music video.
So, music video. Okay. Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay.
So then when I saw that, obviously like I was just like, okay, fine. This is how she is on a set, and like it was just incredible seeing her.
But you studied filmmaking as well.
No.
So how are you ADing?
I was doing all the research for it. I was doing all the research for it. It was a bit of like a period thing, so I did all the research for it.
Yeah, I know that's fine. So you're just testing different waters, right? That's what's happening right now. So did you ever watch Pakistani dramas before coming to Pakistan?
It's so weird. Like literally, 2 साल पहले जब COVID शुरू हुआ था, I was stuck in Bahrain, and that was when I was coming to Pakistan, and I was like my Khala was watching Cheekh, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch Cheekh because I was like, maybe, like I'm gonna see if like what it's like, right? And it's so weird when I came here. The first thing I was like Bilal was in it, and I was like, oh, I've actually seen your stuff, you know. I was like very excited. Other than that, like I've seen a few dramas here and there, like in and out when your mom is watching them.
Any roles that you remember? Any characters that you now think?
I love Cheekh, by the way. It's always the one that like sticks with me. I was like, that was such a like Sabah Kamarji was so insane in that. Good. She was like really, really good, and that's like the one that I can like because it was just like resonated. I watched Yaqeen Ka Safar, which was really
good.
Yeah. And Sabina was in that.
So
too.
Any aspirations now? कि मुझे मतलब इस level पे पहुंचना है, ऐसा actor बनना है, ऐसा role चाहिए. You must be thinking when you.
I mean, I think about the role. I think about like I want to like play something more interesting, a little bit more like. Still in like the progressive line, but like it's very limited.
Because Minan is really sweet, but I think this is all she's going to do in the entire.
I feel like obviously there's not much like range like
exactly.
And there's not much like acting necessary. I feel like everyone is just generally a sweet person. So like it was a bit like Danish Bhai's thing was like जैसे आप हैं वैसे ही आप करें and I was like अच्छा ठीक है. He's like acting तो है ही नहीं, but जैसे आप हैं वैसे ही करना है. लेकिन I feel I would want to do like a more like a character which I can actually carry, like like it feels like acha theek I'm carrying this character, I'm carrying the narrative a little bit. So something like that would be very interesting.
But you are even in Dobara, I mean, she is her only support in the house.
Yeah, that is
true. You know, so wo to hai. So are you reading other scripts, or are you listening to your parents and going back after Dobara? What's happening?
I've read like 2 scripts that I actually I wasn't like they didn't sit with me.
Okay.
So I didn't want to do those, but like, let's see. I feel like abhi to shuru hua hai and like we're only like 7 episodes
in.
now.
Exactly.
So let's see.
So aisa. Shoot khatam ho gaya? Ho gaya. Great. Obviously, we're not going to find out what's going to happen and how far the two main characters are going to go. And of course, the question in everybody's mind is Mahir going to be a fraud? Or is he going to genuinely fall in love with her? But of course, I won't even ask.
Are you liking it? You're liking it?
I'm loving it. But I don't want him to be a fraud, though. I mean, I just don't. When I watch it, I want her to find love. But will she find it with him? I don't know. Or does he just open a door to find other avenues? I mean, there's so much that can happen, and all progressively. So it's good that way. Okay, so now you moved to Karachi to work, and your immediate family is not here.
No.
Although your mother's moved to Lahore.
Yeah.
And you live here with your dadi.
Yeah.
And shooting bhi khatam ho gayi hai. So how does somebody who's lived abroad all their life spend their day here? You just do
watch a lot of Netflix and
because there's not much to do, right? I mean, you're going to the gym.
I live like with my family, and I have a very big family. So especially right now, because holidays ho rahi hain, everyone has come. My nieces have come from Dubai, and it's like been super fun. So right now it's really busy, and then other than that, the shoot ho raha tha, to shoot ke during the like it's just like you're always on standby.
So it's like Wednesday evenings a thing now. It's like पूरा खानदान बैठ के और ड्रामा देखता है बीच में.
I find it really like awkward. They're like, oh, drama bhi aa raha hai, like halfway through, then they just put it on halfway through, and then they start asking questions like, ab kya ho raha hai, and I'm like, just watch the drama, right? Like my dadi, obviously she knows like everything that's happening, but like my cousins, they put it on as like a joke.
Dadi probably knows the end as well.
Yeah, she knows.
She knows everything. But I think you should interview Dadi now.
But they put it on as a joke, and they're like, oh, look, Maheen. And then like it's just like a thing, and then they just wait for me to like get really red in the face, and I'm like, stop it. I actually like watch the drama really weirdly. I like everyone's watching it, and then I take my phone,
of course,
into like,
because you want to analyze yourself as well.
Not
right?
even that. I just can't watch it with people. I don't know why. I'm just like, even when Tera came out, like my cousins were like, oh, let's like put it on the big screen, and I'm like, nahin. I'm like, nahin. It's like the most like terrifying thing to me when they just like flip it on and like.
But you have screen presence, and you're a fresh, new, pretty face. So what about modeling? Is that an option?
I don't know. I don't know.
I read somewhere, by the way, that you had done modeling as well.
I've done I had a lot of friends who were photographers because I obviously went to art school. So I did a lot of modeling for them, but I think that was like the extent of it. And then I did like a shoot recently with Daniel and Babar, and like we just did like a fun shoot. So that's like the extent of my modeling career.
Okay. I feel that Maheen, you're here, and there's so much that you can do other than watching Netflix. I think you should immediately jump into your next project so you don't go back.
People keep saying that, so everyone asks me like, "Ab kya kar rahi ho?" And I get this like immense pressure of like, "Oh my god, I'm just sitting at home and watching Netflix, and everyone is expecting me to do something else."
Yeah.
But I will. I feel like when the right thing comes, I will definitely jump on board. I don't want to rush it. You know, abhi to khatam hua hai.
मगर जब तक वो शुरू होके खत्म होगा तभी ये खत्म हो रहा होगा ना.
I mean, but this will go on till next year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have
some time.
You have some time. Well, I do hope you stay on, and I hope that you continue working. Well, it was nice watching you in Dobara, and I think you've had impact. So it'd be nice to extend that impact into other roles and other characters, and maybe more challenging roles.
Yeah.
And lots to do.
Something challenging.
Yeah. Kill the nerves somewhere on the way.
I just feel like it's I honestly, like, I always go like, people are like, you don't have to say it, but I'm like, I am such a nervous person. Like, if you can see it on my face sometimes. So I'm like, I'm not gonna like sit here and be like, I'm so confident right now, right? Although like that's something you like just learn on the way.
Yeah. But no, it happens. You're also so young, and I mean, not that young people are nervous these days. I mean, young people are.
Actually, you know, there are like my like little brother is just. He thinks he's just up there. I'm like, oh man, we think you took all my confidence.
Yeah, that's fine. But anyway, good luck with Dobara as well.
Thank you.
And I hope you continue to get great feedback on it. And good luck with the next project. I hope that it's really solid as this one. But this is a really dynamic story.
Yeah, I hope it's a nice one.
I hope it's a nice one. Yeah. I hope that your parents allow you to stay on. They will.
Yeah.
They will.
My mom will fight my case.
And it was great chatting with you, man. See,
Thank
this
you
was
so
not bad at all.
Yeah.
I'll leave you to continue blushing. So I'm really glad that you addressed a little bit of, the question about nepotism. Because I don't think it's nepotism. Everybody needs a little bit of somebody to open the door for them. Uske baad, you're on your own.
I feel like isn't this like the case though with um, a lot of industries? I just feel like there's
Other than the corporate,
obviously,
creative
but
industry, yes.
There's always like that, like I said, that barrier and stuff. But I feel like it's like right place, right time.
Absolutely,
almost. And
absolutely.
Then, but like I said, with the whole audition thing, I really do think we should have more like open call, casting calls.
There
or like,
should be, right?
Especially because there's such a huge like Napa community and all of that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like over there even like there's like insane talent, like really, really talented kids. So yeah.
Go ahead. But yeah, I think it was great. It was great meeting you. It was great to see and sense your honesty.
And
you're very sweet. And I hope that the industry doesn't eat you alive. Is that scary? Is that a scary thought?
Yes, it is.
But it does happen. I mean, it becomes pretty cutthroat. As soon as you become competition, then it becomes cutthroat. So yeah, but you haven't experienced that.
That's really nice to hear.
Let's hope you don't experience it, and maybe
Inshallah.
Inshallah. That's great, Maheen. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having
I hope
me.
to hear about your next project whenever you sign on.
I will message
and
you.
Anything you want to say to your viewers and your fans, who are like you have crazy fans now. So yeah, you do.
Thank you so much for all the support on Dobara, and I hope you guys enjoy it and watch it every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.